Thank you so much, Dane. Can you hear me okay? Okay. First off, I wanted to let you know that I'm coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm originally from Georgia. I'm kind of rebranding myself a little bit by telling a bit more of my story, which isn't always happy in the past, but it's happy now. And I'm going to be fundraising, hopefully, for an Indiegogo new film. And I've got a script and things. So more of my story will be known because of that. So I thought, well, might as well go ahead and do that. So I am a disability. I do have disabilities, and it is because of childhood trauma. And I don't want to trigger anyone, but that's why. And so all my art, all my writing is for art therapy, kind of a way to fly, kind of a way to focus on things that matter to me and that have mattered to me. And if you want to check out my work on amyhoskins.com, that would be cool because that's where it's going to kind of unfold. So thank you for listening. This first one is called Deco, and it was written completely with refrigerator magnets. It was published by Sweetie Cat. It's going to be published by Sweetie Cat Press, May 2022. Purple summer, beneath diamond sky goddess, forest mother sleeps after red day. Swim here, recall those from languid sun and water and one. From lazy garden feet, together must beat like cool mist sea. Worship, be, soar, above, though time moan, picture when ships were beauty gowns. Please say, hot honey light, woman shine, moon delirious, what the lather said, urges her bitter blue rose, gorgeous language, shadow whispers, you chant, why love dreams on. Refrigerator magnets. I think that's funny. This is a really new one, so I have a new I have some new and some old tonight, so this is a new one. To spring and peace. Get if I can see it all. Okay. You and your lyrical tongue heard Alton Ellis sing, and I thought it was you. My heart listens to your heartbeat under my hand. Back then, the sky was so much more important. We were guided by the stars across land, across oceans. GPS directs us now, guided from above. The axial tilt of the earth is the vernal equinox. Spring starts now because the planets are doing things. I keep repeating the things I believe in to make them real. You and your loving heart, the mystery of how you love me, I cannot comprehend. I will follow your eyes, hands, heart down the path we share. The status quo is failing, desperate. They found ways to monetize hatred. Memories of milk and flesh appear. I remember it's a beautiful day. I can almost feel it. I'm reeling. There will be flowers. There will be a free Ukraine. It takes courage to live in the light, to peace, love and fire, rose petals in a bowl. This is my offering. This is one from last year. And I took this course on kind of magic and poetry, a mix of magic and poetry, called This Is My Goddess. The farmer's almanac, looking up through flowers in summer, watering each plant with a bit of food, saved them from Tennessee heat. Looking out the window to the garden like I dreamed of as a little girl, slicing a lemon fragrant and cheerful, cooking red beans and rice, anything, cakes, cookies, casseroles. The sunlight comes through. The stars, fireflies landing sleepily on my arm, my leg, innocent, erotic flowers lure bumblebees inside, all the way inside. The earth is a fertile womb, not to be feared, but loved. Seeds know what to do, who to be, how to be unique. Darkness cradles us each night. Sun always returns, like summer, despite our nightmares, the naturally abundant time of year. This is my goddess, living true to nurture, nature, kindness, compassion, loving spirits, watering my soul with the flowers. I don't know how I'm doing on time. I'm doing okay. This one's called Of Oracles. It's also from last year. It makes a heart when I pull a spoon of brown sugar from my coffee from the jar, a spoon of peanut butter from my bread. It makes the shape of a heart right there on the spoon, making me stop and smile. You need a steady hand, a firm measure for the sugar, for the white flour or the brown, the cornmeal, the cake flour that comes out of the crinkly bags. Reminds me of making cookies with my older sister at Christmas when we didn't have a mixer, beat butter and eggs by hand. A steady hand to measure soil from the compost bin, the potting soil bag, wheelbarrow to flower bed, steady with delicate roots that only have seconds or so before they go into shock and need earth and water again. Steady on. What makes an oracle anymore? When they used to be blowing dandelions in the wind for wishes in summer, into an unknown future that had to be better, into a career, architect, teacher, writer, what? Now my oracle is peanut butter on a spoon in the shape of a heart, reminding me of love in my home now, making me smile. I pick up the phone, another oracle, waiting for the email to load, scanning the old emails, more oracles into unopened email worlds. Any one of them could be magic today. Pythia, dear priestess, what would you say of my fire, our fire, my lack of curses anymore? I'm full of blessings instead, with hope, smiles for hearts when they come. May you have a blessed day, or may you have interesting times. We much prefer the former, not being a curse. May karma find the guilty. May it not get worse. I need to have a drink of water.
Yeah, Amy, don't worry about the time. You know,
Oh,
just
good.
go on and just do what you feel like doing. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. This is one from when I lived in the Washington, D.C. area for about 11 years. This is a fairly early one from that period, in the 90s. Two ideals. See-through world, walking on this hallowed grass. I wonder if Jefferson wanders beside us, his spirit ghostless, homeless. Now they've gone so very far. Coming soon, the hall of irony. The expectant family huddled in the taxi. They've come to look for the history of ideals in this sculptured town, where the flags are always at half-mast for the homeless vets who wander this grass with me in desert and jungle camouflage, asking for the time. Inside one of these marbles, I found the abstracts. Jackson Pollock found one face out of two lovers, splattered and twined on black and peach. On my way out to the car, through revolving doors, I'm greeted. Ain't nothing beat the sky. It's an old one. This is a new one. This is published this March by Alien Buddha Press, and it's called Underdogs. Maybe I won't erupt, said Kilauea. I thought so, said Alice. Symbol of the overwhelmed face and hands, people of color, women, girls, disappearing. What we have in common, being the underdogs. I always root for the underdog. It's my nature in a particular way of perceiving history. It burgles the truth otherwise. You accuse us of doing everything you commit. Gaslighting muddies the debate, blurs the truth in an evil mirror, shakes the house when you drive by, moves the glitter from room to room. My face pulls down with gravity, the blues, it's only natural. Ghosts are helpful guides through the morass. Juliet says hi, regretting her decisions. John Lewis says hello, regretting nothing. Persephone is back from her dark trespass, bringing the dark womb of potentiality. I learned to stand in my own over time. I paint on my cast every day like Frida. Keep me safe. Trapped in a body I can't control, but forever soothe. Spa time for my spirit, my wounded soul betrayed in love early on. I'm learning to love me. Chris Rock says, play the tambourine if that's your thing. I have to shake it out, my truth, till the water runs clear and I'm at peace. Just a toy to you all. You held me the wrong way, evicted me from your heart, my hometown, an exile with a trail of dear teachers, friends who helped me walk on. Maybe I won't erupt today, I said. I thought so, said Alice. She never roots for the underdogs. We can't help the buildup inside us. Years of intolerance has an effect on us empaths. Vetting rage here and there is kind of all we've got. There is so little justice. This is another published one. It's called Bargain with Wildness. It's published in October. Actually, it came out in February. Middle Tennessee State University Right Shift magazine about poems that were written during the lockdown. And this was last February, a year ago, when we had a week-long snowstorm. Bargain with Wildness. A brotherhood of winter birds acclimate above the snow at the feeder we can barely keep full. Gentle mother's white blanket has touched us all with a new silence. Comfort inside, terror and chills without, the wild survive summit. A new gunshot across the street at Shute Park. Just one shot this time. I run to the window, see nothing except snow, two men leaving each other, one still, one running. No bodies, no blood to show. A return to innocence, appearances, for now. Inside out, I'm irritable after days being snowbound. 4 more inches on the way tonight. The silence is thick. Light is blinding from the sun. 2 nights ago at dusk and light fluffy snow falling, giggles and laughter from kids enjoying their first snow in the deep dark. Videos, selfies, multiple gunshots a block away. The laughter stops, resumes with a peculiar humor at the absurdity of life and death on a hair trigger, and then they are gone. More snow on the way. The thick blue comforter spares us all night. Space heater, door closed to steward the heat. The rest of the house left to the struggling HVAC, already in auxiliary mode. We have power, heat, food, friends in our bubble. fireplace with fire and breakfast casserole to share. We disregard the bullet holes only to find joy in closeness, proximity to the frailty. Life is precious, absurd, glorious, and fleeting, depending where you are, who you are. For now, the snow gives a semblance of equal grace. It melts with rain next week. A brotherhood of birds at the feeder. We keep our bargain with wildness. This is a short one. This was published by Sinew, which was 10 years of poetry in the brew with a body thing. It's a very old one from 1989. 1989. Okay, the question of the egg. Let me get some water again. The question of the egg. He took the egg, rubbed it between his hands until the shell was gone. Then I was exposed. Maybe I grew around what was left until the shape of the egg was lost in folds of my heart tissue. Or maybe it drifted in my bloodstream like a lost craft, a broken plane. Did it evaporate in the confusion of the heat of that summer, disintegrate and become part of the invisible everything where dead leaves and grandparents go? Unlike you, who can put the tapes on erase, I am haunted by the ghost of a small, unborn bird, wildly shadowing me, pecking, chirping, telling me maybe it could have flown. This one is called Progress for Some. It was published October issue of Salt Weekly, which is a local edgy zine. And this is from going up and down Dickerson Pike, which is a way into downtown. We live close to downtown. So this was notes on the road, and a lot of this has changed or come down since I wrote the poem. Progress for Some. Pearl sticker on Spring Street and Dickerson Pike. A man hunched over his car, needing a new tire. Maybe that tire wipes him out financially. Maybe he feels that ache in the heart, weary of history, repeating shot after shot. Knee on his neck, not literally, but he screams inside, can't breathe in this so-called society. The homeless beg at stoplights. It's all they've got, distraught. I can give them love and namaste. They nod and give one back. I remember them and they remember me. Even on gray days, flags wave like 10 soldiers for the USA and Tennessee at car lots along Dickerson Pike. Driving along, it feels and breathes as though I'm living in a small town with all the elements. Multiple trailer parks, land suddenly for sale. Last Chance Liquor's gone out of business. Remnants of an old restaurant, produce stands, and Pickett's fireworks stand behind the big house, now covered in graffiti, now demolished. The road is pockmarked and waits for a new Job Corps infrastructure plan. Everyone and everything seems to be waiting for something else, for the bus, for the change that is bound to come. We hope. Progress. Where will the tornadoes take us, waiting in the trailer parks? Wild roses and delightful names for streets are misnomers pointing to ancient ideology. The home, we are home, waiting for that squeaky wheel to kick in. Meanwhile, look out for people walking alongside the road without sidewalks. Ambulances and fire trucks mean you stop and let them squeal past. All the elements are here, the makings and magic of progress. Otherwise, the Wild West will envelop Dickerson Pike. One day it might look like progress for some, if not for the people here now. Where do they go? All along the road. So many stories untold. This is one about clay. I took a clay shaping class. Anything can be learned. The ancient practice of molding clay, need to remove bubbles, measure for evenness, throw, center, pull, throw, center, pull. So much better than the movie Ghost. Mr. Gordy was our town's resident famous potter. Glazes he made defied others to copy, recipes kept secret. His work is held by the Smithsonian. Now his son continues his legacy. When I was 6, Mama and I went to see Mr. Gordy Sr. throwing clay. He was so very kind. I came closer to the wheel to watch. He said he would teach me if I wanted. Just then his wife came to the door and said, no, he couldn't. We both frowned. Mama pulled me away, and that was that. We had a lidded tea pitcher of his for iced tea all year round. It was golden brown with all these undertones of green and yellow, blue, indescribable. It looks like a smooth game, pulling from the inside of the bowl up, shaping the outside with a tool, simultaneously sensuous. The mass of clay takes form. An advanced and delightful potter teaches. We don't have wheels. We learn to shape and mold the clay types, make pinch pots, anything we like, just like in first grade. The clay is soft, malleable, sensual, even without a wheel. The potter develops creative rhythm with the process of forming clay. Vision must be planned with well-taught practice steps. The wheel and hands create a vase, mug, bowl. Add drops of water to create the ease, the slip that makes the clay smooth. In the same way, we shape ourselves on the wheel of time. We are the potter, plotting our goal for creation, blurring the line between clay and spirit. Into the slip, we are formed. I have more, but I know you want to have an open mic.
Yeah, no, we're fine. If you have like a couple of more,
Okay, I'm cool.
please go ahead.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Thanks.
This is one that was written before the war in Ukraine. Wars. For Vivaldi, time stands still, transparent beauty, music, and natural elegy. Time stands still for memories. Wars 2, World War 1. Vietnam is fresh and in color like on TV. Still real. Screams and wounds. Is he gonna make it? Huey choppers coming in, strafing of bullets, machine guns, bombs as planned, new crop circles where there was land, jungle, the enemy. Daddy said World War II is in color. It's just that the film has been black and white. Other memories stillborn don't realize those wars are all over now. Once seen, once experienced, they cannot be unseen, unread, ghosts of the mind. I'm sorry it's like that. If it spooks you, does me too. Old wars know no time limit. They cycle in the mind, heart, soul, old soldiers all. The nurses, we do our best with salve, poultice, bandages. Sometimes it's too great a wound and will not heal, like civil wars without end in the hearts, minds, souls of those who cannot just let it go. Solutions. I'm not sure what they all are, but peaceful actions along walking wounded, landmines, loving actions in wartime always win, always win. The good side always wins, right? if I can find a lighter one. Oh, I just have one more. And it's not lighter, but it's an older one, also about war, World War II. And then I'll be done. Sorry. Okay. Of simultaneity. The way Matisse sketched the delicacy of his grandson's smile while his daughter paid the price of French resistance in the hands of the Gestapo. Tied to the forelegs of a table while the album on the gramophone was played to cover her screams, someone listening to the same album somewhere else at the same time remembered peace and dancing. While the second of two world wars was raging, Bernard was writing his letters and painting, and Matisse was studying trees. Long before the Spanish Civil War that killed so many philosophers and poets, long before Hitler tested his blitzkrieg first on Madrid, the Alhambra was filled with people from all over Granada. The water was flowing from the lion's mouth, whispering the name of Federico Garcia Lorca, the night he celebrated the gypsies. The sandstone alley in Salamanca echoes the lonely man at his piano, serenading lovers he'll never know, 2 balconies down. The way fruit describes itself with its smell, far from the ravages of war. The Alhambra evolves stillness. Water flows from the lion's mouth. The sandstone absorbs to whispers of time, to timelessness. That's what I got. Oh, thank you.